Hey Vibes fam, welcome back to my channel where good food and good vibes is a must. Welcome back to another video. We have a lot of work, so let's run to the kitchen. Today I'll be making some Jamaican beef patties. Patty. And here is my mince that I'll be using. It would be best if you guys get, a mince that's not so fatty. Right, so yeah, here are my ingredients that I'll be using. So let's jump right into it. So here I'm going to season my beef. So I added 1 tablespoon paprika, 1 teaspoon salt, right, 1 tablespoon onion powder, and 1 tablespoon garlic powder. And I also went in with some black pepper. Yes, I added some black pepper in there. And of course, we need this right here. 3 tablespoons all-purpose seasoning. We need some seasoning. And Vibes Fam, it seems like it's a lot, but it is not. We are talking about beef right here. No beef we are talking about. Yes, you need to season it right. And here I added 1 tablespoon of my blended seasoning. And also 1 tablespoon grated ginger. Now my blended seasoning, all it is when you blend up some scallion and thyme and onion, and you guys have seen me used it before in my meals. So yeah, and I used what am I saying? I used half of the all-purpose seasoning, and then I went in and tried to get the ingredients together, right? And then I'm going in with the other half right now. It makes it easier to just really ensure that you get it everywhere. And yes, Vibes Fam, you work it in, massage it in. Spend the time and love on your love on it. Yes, see, I'm loving on it. Slow motion love, slow motion touch, slow motion. Yes. So yes, and there it is, and set it aside. And now we are going to work on our dough. Okay, so here I have 3 cups of all-purpose flour. I added 1/2 tablespoon curry powder. You guys can add 1 tablespoon. I also added 1/2 tablespoon turmeric, 2 teaspoon baking powder, 1 tablespoon sugar, and 1 teaspoon salt, right? And give that a mix. Combine it well. Vibes Fam, trust me, you will mix, and then it seems like everything, is evenly distributed. And when you look, 1 bag of curry down the bottom. So now mix it out well. And now here I'm adding some butter and shortening. I'll list the ingredients down below, the amount. I think in total I used 60 grams. Yes, but here I'm using half of it, and I'm just using the fork because Vibes Fam, your hands hot, right? And we don't need it to melt. The butter is very cold, and I have the other half in the freezer, so you just use the fork to kind of mash it out, blend it out before you start touch it. Mind you, yes, you can go in with your hands from the start, but as I said, we don't want it to melt, so you can try going in with the fork first if you want, or just use your hands. So yeah, now I'm going in with my hands, right? And that's what we do. We shush, pull and shush, and yeah, that's what we do. So here I'm adding some buttermilk. So guess what, Vibes Fam, you don't have to use buttermilk. But guess what the buttermilk does? The buttermilk helps to make the dough all crispy. When you're flaky, when you buy your patty from Josie Beef, Tasties, Mothers, wherever, and you see how the crust just flaky and nice. Yes, that's what the buttermilk helps to do, because it contains a lot of fat, right? So you don't have to use buttermilk. You can use water, or you can use regular milk, but the buttermilk contains more fat and will give it more flake. So yeah, that's why. But as I said, use water or use milk if you want. So yeah, and don't work the dough too much. You want the dough to be soft and nice. Look, and then cover it and put it in the fridge for 1 hour. A nice 1 hour. So yeah, Vibes fam, now we are going to work on our mince. Let's cook it up. So I had my frying pan preheating, added a little bit of oil that worked out for me about a tablespoon or so, and I added the onion, and you're just gonna saute the onion, right, for a little bit until it is translucent. And then now I'm going in with some carrots, and by the way, Vibes fam, cut everything small, right, because you don't want a big old carrot into your patty. What is you doing? So yeah, I also added half tablespoon of grated ginger and 1 teaspoon of minced garlic. So go in, stir, right, and now I'm adding it. In total is 2 stalks of scallion. So I just had the white part in one container and then the green part in another. It don't really matter. Just cut up two stalks of scallion and work. So now I went in with some what's it called again? Scotch bonnet pepper, right? Because you know you need a little kick. I'm telling you, it's so nice when your patty have a little thing, you know. So I added some, oh my goodness, what is it called again? Wow! Dry thyme. I added some dry thyme and some chili flakes because as I told you guys, I'm looking for that kick. And then now I'm going in with my minced beef, and Vibes fam, it's working time. So you need your stove to be on medium heat, and you mash and a mash. And yes, so here I'm adding this is gonna work out for me about 1 tablespoon oyster sauce. Vibes fam, you don't have to add it. If you don't have oyster sauce, work with what you have. And here I added 1 teaspoon soy sauce, right? So yeah, just stir and try mash and get the beef for just press out. I added some ketchup that look like it can be about a tablespoon or a little bit over. But most importantly, Vibes fam, when you add and it come to a point where the mince really reach it brown now, right, and it not raw no more, because you need it to get to brown stage. You can taste it and see what it need. Now I don't like the color, so I'm adding some browning, because who want white beef into them patty? None of us. We ain't about that life. We're in Jamaica. You see one Jamaican patty with white mince? No, nowhere. So yeah, give it a stir. And Vibes fam, what I'm gonna do is, so yeah, check the color, right? And what I'm going to do, I'm going to cover this and allow it to cook for 10 minutes. But I tasted it first. Oh, but before that, I tasted it and I see it needs some more all-purpose seasoning, and I also added some black pepper, right? So I use about a tablespoon of all-purpose seasoning, and yeah, and I added some black pepper. Give it a stir. And then I'm going to cover it and leave it for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Look at it, Vibes fam, 10 minutes. And yeah, so cover 10 minutes, and hopefully it don't have in too much juice. Now let's see. So mine don't have in too much juice. Vibes fam, if your own have in a lot of water, you can just use a little bit of breadcrumbs, right? And it just absorb the what you call it? It absorb the liquid, but you don't want to use too much now. You don't want to make it dry. So yeah. And that is it, Vibes fam. Taste it again. Make sure it is what? Good. Now, Vibes fam, make sure your oven has been preheated to 160 degrees Celsius, which is 320 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, here is my dough. By the way, set the mince aside. Keep the pot covered and set it aside to warm, right? So take it off of the hot stove. and set it aside. So here's my dough. It has been in the fridge for over an hour, and now we're gonna work it. So you flour up your surface area, make sure it clean. If you're using your counter without anything on it, just clean up your counter, right? Sterilize the area. And now we're going to work it, work and work and work. We're gonna try to get this as flat as we can, right? And remember, I was telling you guys that I added half of the butter and the shortening to the dough when I was making it. So now I'm making it flat so I can add the other half. And by the way, it's in the freezer, so I'm going to take it from the freezer right before I'm ready to put it on the dough. So yeah, VYBZ FAM, roll it thin, roll it not thin but roll it out, get it flat as possible. And here I'm just grating I just grate the I was gonna say cheese. I'll just grate the butter on it. So you can cut up the butter if you want, but it was very easy for me to just take the grater and just grate it on there, right? And also the shortening, I did the same for the shortening. Now the shortening melts really fast, VYBZ FAM. It melts so fast. So the grater thing, they kind of sticky. But yeah, that was funny, kind of sticky when you can see the dough is sticking to the thing. Anyway, so yeah, roll it good. Flour your area because you don't need your dough to be sticking. So fold it, and we are going to fold it, and then we're going to roll again. Add a little more flour, and we are going to roll it because we are trying to get that butter and that shortening so deep in the crevices of the dough. Father, yes, Jesus. Okay, yeah, VYBZ FAM. So so we are going to roll it out, and then the rest of our butter that's left and shortening, we're going to add it. So this is the final addition, the final adoration that's gonna take place, right? As I said, it's work, man. It's work. And VYBZ FAM, this was in the night. No, this was in the night. I was like, listen, I want to go to bed. But yeah, so grate the last of the butter on it. And this time I chose to cut up the shortening because I'm telling you, a sheeny melty, or you can melt so. It's so supper melty. But anyway, yeah. So cut it up, and then we're gonna fold again. Like how you fold up your clothes. So as soon as you take them out the dryer or off the line, you fold them up. And I make mama come get you, fold up your clothes. So yeah, fold it, and then guess what? What are we gonna do? We're gonna roll. Me a roller. Me a roller. Okay. So yeah, and just roll it. And then from here now we can start cutting. If your dough feel like say it too soft or it's something there, guess what, VYBZ FAM, just put it in the fridge little bit, and then we'll come back to that part here. But mine was fine, so I could just continue, right? So here I take a clean pot cover, wash it, dry it, and I'm using it to get the perfect circle for my patty. Yes, I want one perfect circle. Now if you no care and you just want make some square and some whatever, some star and triangle, then go ahead. But yeah, I wanted the perfect circle. So take the pot cover, and there is my circle. And as I said, VYBZ FAM, it was in the middle of the night. I was tired, so I choose to just only make 3 patties. So I'm showing you what you can do with the rest of the dough if you now use it one time. And this is what you would do. You would just try get it together and then put it on the flour and roll it, right? The excess dough. Or you just take it and put it in the fridge. So here is my little perfect circle, and I put my minced beef on it, and what I try to do, I try to cover it down for make sure say it closing perfectly. Now my egg that I've beaten, 1 egg, beat it up, right? And then I just put it around the edge of the dough, and then we're gonna press it down. Now VYBZ fam, you don't have to use the egg to do that. You can just use some water, right? Water is fine. And then now we're going in with Forky, my Forky, my friend Miss Forky. And we're gonna use Forky for do what? Seal the deal. Now Forky are the one we finalize all of the deal in my patty world. Yes, Forky finalize it. So take the fork and you press down on the dough. Press and draw or press and lift. But guess what, VYBZ fam? Make sure little flour upon your is on your fork, right? Because it help it to come off. And there we have patty 1, my first patty. Put it on the tray. And here now we're going at it again. So my nice juicy, not too wet beef, right? Add it on that perfect circle. Go around the edge with some what? Egg. Then we press and seal. Me say press and seal. Press and seal. Me say press and seal. Well. Okay. So yeah. Press. Go around and press and press. Press and seal. Seal and press. And then we go in with who? Forky. Right? Always use Forky to seal the deal. Now VYBZ fam, you see all that flour on the patty? Please make sure you take your little brush or whatever and brush it off before you know, brush it off, please. So yeah, and of course I never show that, but I'm just telling you, you don't necessarily want all that flour on the patty, especially when you're going to go in with the egg wash. Yeah, so just brush off your patty nice and make them clean and presentable. So there is patty number 2. Look at you. Look at you. Yes. And last but definitely not least, it come through moist mince. Moist mince. Look at it. So you don't want it too wet now, VYBZ fam, but definitely you need the mince to be moist. And then you try and make sure it closes down to be even. And when it is, then you do what? Press and seal. Press it to seal well. First, use the egg wash or your water around the edge, right? And then, yeah, just seal. Seal. See me sealing with my little sausage finger. So if me a seal with my sausage finger, you know, say you seal too with yours. So, yeah, and then come through with Forky. Where are you for? There you are. So, yeah, press and pull. Press and pull. Press and pull. Press and pull. So yeah, VYBZ fam, brush it off, and then we're going to put it in our oven that has been preheated at 160 degrees. There it is. Oh, first, yes, the egg wash. Now VYBZ fam, please listen to me very keenly. So the egg that you beat is only a little bit. VYBZ fam, we are only going to brush it a little bit with the egg wash, just a little bit, right? Do not drown the patty with the egg. No, it's not baptism I go on right here, so please, right? So yeah, just lightly brush it. And guess what too, VYBZ fam, because not everybody like egg, some people are allergic to egg, that's fine. Guess what, don't put it on it. But yeah, the egg wash helps to make the patty crust shine and looking all nice. And the VYBZ fam, wanna check out my little patty? Hey cutie, look at little. Hey tiny, look at tiny. Yes. So now we're gonna wash down tiny. So just lightly egg wash them lightly. And here they are. Look at them patties, and put it in the oven at 160 degrees Celsius for 18 to 20 minutes. And look at it. And here we have it, VYBZ fam. Here we have it. Unu call me what? Patty lady. And me say patty lady. Yes, me I sell patty Well, wanna call me Patty Lady. Patty Lady, yes, that's me. Vibe Sam gonna look for my patty, and I'm telling you, Vibe Sam, Obi enjoyed these thoroughly. He was just doing the most like, babe. He was, listen. Him love it. Vibe Sam, it is so good, so good. And don't worry about, oh, I'm gonna have a rolling pin. Get the biggest glass so in your house and flour him up and roll. Listen to my man, roll. And here I'm gonna take little patty and I let it cool, Vibe Sam, because I couldn't hold it like that. And look at it. Look, Vibe Sam, on a look inside it. And Vibe Sam, on a see flake. Yes, the right amount of flake. But Vibe Sam, check it out. Check it out. So good. So good. I use the tiny one because I didn't want to go into the big one yet. I wanted to show you guys, right? And I wanted to go and eat my big one. But I came back. I came back after I sat out about the big one and I went in. Listen, and here it is, Vibe Sam. Check it out. The right amount of juicy. Yeah. And look on the right amount of flake. Now, I never try showing you like in terms of flakiness. But Vibe Sam, check it out. Check it out. So good. Thank you so much for watching, Vibe Sam, and don't forget to like, comment, please share my videos and subscribe. God bless you.